Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and I have another Throwback Thursday video for you. I did one of these 2 weeks ago with Jen Schow. I think her name is Schow. I hope I didn't butcher that, Jen. And Hannah, and I'm going to butcher her name, so I'm just going to say Hannah. And both of their names are in the description of the video, so I'm sorry, Hannah. I just don't want to butcher your name because I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it. Anyway, so we got together last week, or 2 weeks ago, and did a Throwback Thursday and shared some older albums. So we decided to do it again this week, and I hope some more people will jump in on the challenge as well. And so this week I'm going to show you actually 2 albums because they are small, as you can see, and they're not full, so I'll go through them quickly. These are, I'm actually periodically putting pages in here still, but I started them years and years ago. So these are my dogs albums, and I will start with Brody. This is a leather 8x8 album. I don't know who makes it. I'm literally dusting it off because it's been sitting on my shelf. And it's cute. It's, you know, dog themed, obviously. I don't know who the manufacturer is of this one though. So this is my Brody. This was taken a long time ago, that picture. So he was quite a bit younger than he is now. He's 11 now. So, okay. So, this was the first one, first page. And I used a bunch of stickers, and it says why we love this dog and his name and little bone stickers that are super cute. And this was the page. This is the picture that we saw online from a breeder. We were looking around for Boston Terriers, and they sent us some pictures of a litter that had just been born recently, and we saw this picture and we literally both looked at each other and said, that's our dog. Like, we didn't even have to see him in person. It was, I don't know what it was just one of those things where we were like, that's it, that's him. And a few weeks later he was ready, so we drove over an hour to go pick him up. So that was the first glimpse we got of our little Brody. Let's see, and I did some cutting vellum hearts. This was like part of a big piece of pattern paper, so I cut around them and cut them out and stuff. Whoever said money can't buy happiness forgot about puppies, and I put down how much we paid for everything for him to get started. He was our first pet as a couple, so we were starting from scratch. So that. This is one of his old collars. I just stuck it on here after we got him a new one. And this one I describe his name. We got his name from the movie Mallrats because Jason Lee's character is named Brody. We did spell it differently than he does in the movie, but that's where we got the name. And it took us a while to come up with a name for him. I think it took a couple weeks actually after we had him. We were kind of like, I don't know, we weren't sure what to name him, and we couldn't agree on anything, and nothing really fit. And then I saw the movie we had that DVD on our bookshelf, and I said, how about Brody? And Josh was like, yes. So that became his name. This one is him snuggling. He's a big snuggler. It's him sleeping on the couch with me. I think that one I'm clinging to him, but I don't know if that was voluntary or not. And then he's laying with Josh. He literally used to just, if we were napping on the couch, he would curl up with us. This one is a double page spread. It says a winning personality, and this is just some of his little quirky, like some of the funny faces. And these stickers came from a big sticker sheet that just is like dog facts and just some cute sayings and stuff about dogs. He's trying to pull Josh's sock off his foot. Hanging out. Josh put his work tags around his neck. This is the funny places he would sleep. The way, like, he's sleeping with his behind on my lap, and then the rest of him is on the couch. It's so weird. I was pregnant in this picture with Kaylin, so that's probably all that's all my lap space he could afford. He's sleeping here, and then we had a cat named Sammy, and she's up on the top there, and he's laying underneath her. This one, they're snuggled up together a little bit. Sleeping on the couch with his head, he's almost sitting up straight, but his head's on there. Sleeping on the laundry, and this is we went to the beach one day when Josh had a random day off work, and this was him afterwards because he was worn out at running around on the beach. That was him the whole drive home. Oh, this one. Okay, so this is a story about, we went on vacation. We went home, I think, to Florida. So we left Brody with a friend of ours, and he had never been to their house before. And the first day that he was there, I think not even like, we had barely touched down in Florida that same day. And my friend called me and said, I can't find Brody. She had dogs of her own, and she had let them all out in the back, which was completely fenced in. You know, she said we went to our neighbor's house for a birthday party and came back and Brody was gone. And so she's flipping out. She's calling, you know, we lived on base at the time. She's calling security police and everyone's looking for him. And me and Josh are like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And on a whim, I called one of my neighbors from our house because we both lived on base. I said, go to our house and just walk around and make sure Brody's not at our house, because he had never been to my friend's house, but I knew if he got to the park where we took him for walks all the time, I knew if he made his way there, he could make his way home, because we walked, you know, several times a week. We would walk to the park and back home. So my friend, my neighbor, went over and called me back and said, he's sitting by your back door. So I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how he made his way to the park, but he found his way to the park and he went all the way home like he knew the way. And we were all just like floored. And my poor friend about had a heart attack, the one who was watching him. So it was just insane that he, you know, found his way home from there. I'm still in disbelief that he did that. So I wanted to make sure I got that story documented because that was a big one. This one is I Love Your Quirks. Did some nice stenciling work there. Yes, I did. And I just put, I'll read them off, but a few things that make him a little quirky. You have little man syndrome, which he does. He's alpha male for sure. When you dream, you twitch and bark. You listen to daddy, but you're a mama's boy. You make funny noises when chasing something. Your front nails are white and your back nails are black, but two are opposite. So on his front paws, all his front nails are white, but there's one black one. And then on the back, all of his nails are black, but there's one white one, and they're the same on each side. It's so weird. So I wrote that down there. And you love to give kisses. He will lick your hand off if he could. So he's a sweet boy. Okay, this one is about his favorite ball, which we don't have anymore, but we have one similar, but it's the little yellow football. And that was us in the backyard playing with him. I love this picture right here where he's trying to get it. Tricks for treats. He does tricks very well. He sits and lays down and rolls over and dances and barks and does all that good stuff. Shakes hands. So this one actually is about what Kaylin used to call him. So this is Kaylin when she was little, and she used to call him Broby. So not Brody, Broby. And she called him that for a while. It was so funny. But he loves her. And that's playing with another little toy there with her. This one is just about how much I love him. He's laying on my lap, and I'm kissing him in this one. Getting your sister. So this one is about getting Annabelle. He was, let's see, we've had her for going on 6 years. So he was 5. Yeah, he was just about 5. Maybe a little bit less when we got Annabelle. And I wrote, we were a little nervous about bringing Annabelle home, but you reacted well to her. After a few days, you were friends and she truly became your sister. And they are. They're buddies. And that's all I have for Brody's. I'm still working on it. I have 4 more, spaces that I can put things. So nothing big has come up. He's starting to get a few medical issues just because he is getting older. He's going to be 12 in February, so we're kind of starting to hit that point where we're at the vet more often than we ever have been before. But nothing too serious. But all right. So let's go on to Annabelle's here. And like I said, Annabelle she's about to turn 7, actually November 5th. She will be 7 years old, and she was a stray. So we rescued her, we adopted her, and the vet estimated her to be about a year old when we adopted her. So since we don't know her official birthday, we just celebrate the day that we brought her home, which was November 5th in 2008. So you are gonna see Annabelle's massive, amazing underbite here soon. She's so funny. So this is one of the first pictures we took of her at home. One lucky dog. This is the day we got her. We went and saw her on November 3rd, and then we brought her home on the 5th. So we didn't bring her home that day, I don't think. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, no, because we needed a couple days to get everything, you know, get paperwork done and fees paid and all that stuff. So we went and saw her on the 3rd, and then made the decision and came back on the 5th and got her. We saw a bunch of boxers that day, but she was definitely the one who was, you know, we felt more connected to her than any of the other ones. So, it's just a story about us going to meet her and everything. And oh, here we go. Here's the underbite. Look at that. It is amazing. She has the best underbite. It's so funny. And you don't see it all the time, but every once in a while I'll look at her and just her teeth are there. It's so funny. Okay, so this was a cancer scare we had with her, and 3 weeks after she came to live with us, something popped up on her cheek, and I tried to get a picture. It was really hard. But it looked like an open sore almost. And so I took her to the vet, and they took a little sample, you know, of it and had it analyzed and said, okay, it's a tumor. We'll need to take it off to, you know, to be able to test it to make sure it's benign. And it was. So this was her after her surgery. She had it taken off, and then it was benign, so we were lucky with that. But 3 weeks after we brought her home, that popped up, and I was acting like I had had her my entire life. I was so scared and just like crying and everything. And I was like, we've only had this dog for 3 weeks. What is wrong with me? I guess I grew attached to her pretty quick. This one is called Uniquely You. So this is a couple just little things that are quirky about her. I talked about the little pink spot she had on her snout there. And then she has a little, I don't know if you can see it, barely. She has a little spot. It almost looks like a birthmark. I don't know if it's a birthmark or not, but it's kind of, you know, just a little image on the inside of her leg. And it looks like the state of Texas, which is funny because we lived in Texas when we adopted her. So that's where we got her. And there's just like this little spot, and you can still see it today. So it's pretty cool. Protector. So I have cute girl and cute boy for both of them. And she is a protector for sure. If she feels any of us are in danger or anything, even Brody, she'll stand in front of us to protect us. And she does that still. So, this one is bath time. Her first bath was hilarious. She escaped from us while she was completely soapy and ran around the house. And we had the hardest time catching her because she was wet and soapy. So every time one of us got a hold of her, she slipped right out of our arms. We laugh about it today. We were not laughing at the time. But yeah, it was pretty funny. So there's that one. She's a survivor, I wrote. Oh yes. She went through the cancer scare, and then when we were leaving Texas, a few days before we left, we got both the dogs' complete physicals, and Annabelle ended up having heartworm. She tested positive for heartworm, which dogs can get from mosquitoes, which are big in Texas. So we were literally like, I think 2 or 3 days away from moving, so we couldn't, you know, really treat her there. So as soon as we moved to Tucson, the first thing we did was find a vet, and we got her treated. And it was hard because she had to be not quarantined, but it was almost like bed rest for a dog. She couldn't run around, and it was hard. We had to keep her in her crate almost all day. you know, we could take her out to go to the bathroom, you know, and do things like that, but she wasn't allowed to get her heart rate up. So it was hard, and that was for a few weeks. So it wasn't, you know, it wasn't like a few days. It was a few weeks. She had to be like that. So my heart broke for her, but she did good, and we got it done. So, but that was not very fun for her. Sunbather, that's her laying in the sun. She's so funny. She'll go outside and just lay in the sun. Photo bomber. This girl shows up in photos all the time. So I found some of my favorite ones. And it's so funny, especially this one. It's so subtle, but there she is. She's right there. And she's walking around back here. And she's licking her butt in this one. Awesome. And there she is right there. So that was funny. And then this is the one that I just posted. The hi there being all up in my face when I was on the floor. And that is it. So I have quite a few spaces left here for Annabelle as well. Quite a bit left. So I will make sure I get some more stuff documented about her. But those are my puppies. Puppies. They're 6 and 11. They're not puppies anymore. But they're still like my babies. They're my babies. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm having fun doing these Throwback Thursday. It's kind of fun to look through my albums again. And I'm actually not looking through them before I turn the camera on, so that's kind of fun. So I'm enjoying this process as well. So if you guys want to go ahead and look up Jen and Hannah's videos as well that they're going to be posting, it's a lot of fun. And they actually both do process videos as well, and they're really good. I enjoy watching their channels. So if you haven't checked them out, go check them out as well. And if any of you guys are posting anything like this or you want to participate, everybody's welcome. It's not just us three. We want to see a whole bunch of different throwbacks. I think it's a lot of fun. You know, we make these albums for a reason so that you can go back and look at them and, you know, reflect and everything. So I'm having a fun time doing that. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye.